Silent immensity unfolds below the Pacific, where humanity's curiosity teases the limits of the planet itself. The Challenger Deep, a name whispered with reverence and dread, waits nearly 7 miles down. Its black waters conceal pressure so immense, steel bends like clay. What awaits beyond the threshold of light? Beneath the restless surface lies a scar in Earth's skin, descending deeper than the height of Mount Everest turned upside down. It is a void of cold and compression where no sunlight has ever danced. Even sound itself feels crushed, muted by ancient silence. The descent begins, slowly, into absolute darkness. Science tells us the Mariana Trench was forged by tectonic subduction, yet its perfect stillness feels unnaturally deliberate. The floor of the ocean trembles faintly, alive, almost breathing. Machines hum as cameras adjust to obsidian light. Something waits down there, beyond mere geology. Metal creaks like a heartbeat as the submersible plunges past 6,000 meters. The pilot's voice trembles, describing shapes that shimmer beyond the viewport. They're not fish or known creatures, these silhouettes stretch unnaturally, darting back and forth, curious, or cautious. The abyss answers with movement. At 7,000 meters, a fine silt cloud erupts, swirling like ghostly smoke. The instruments spike, pressure fluctuation from nowhere. Data streams show temperature drops of impossible magnitude. It's as if the trench itself is exhaling, a slow, cold, intelligent breath from a realm untouched by evolution. The spotlights carve thin blades of light across an endless slope of gray mud. Then, a ripple travels across the seafloor. For a fleeting instant, patterns, circular, symmetrical, mark the sediment. The pilot zooms in. They're not natural, they look crafted, like glyphs eroded by eons. Above, the surface storms rage, irrelevant to the stillness far below. The radio crackles, caught between frequencies. Voices, unmistakably human, whisper coordinates that don't exist. The crew exchange glances, half fear, half disbelief. Something is communicating through static and pressure. As the descent continues, the black water thickens, absorbing every photon of light. The camera feed flutters, and for a fraction of a second, an eye, massive, unblinking, reflects the sub's light back. The pilot gasps, but the screen returns to static. The abyss denies what it briefly revealed. Metal begins to moan again, not from pressure but vibration. The sound pulses, rhythmic, as if synchronized with a hidden heart. The crew record the phenomenon, unaware it has already begun to synchronize their own heartbeats. The line between living and listening blurs. At 10,000 meters, the temperature drops further, far colder than physics should allow. Frost forms on the interior glass even within the heat-regulated cabin. Then a faint luminescence shimmers below, a pale green mist swirling across the trench floor. Nothing natural should glow here. Data logs show seismic tremors, yet the planet above remains calm. An inverted quake, a movement from beneath the crust up toward the ocean. The sub's sensors pick up magnetic anomalies, fields twisting violently like storm systems. Every dial flutters near red. Shape materializes within the haze, smooth, curved, impossibly large. It isn't rock, it moves with a languid grace, its contours organic. The lights catch glimpses of pale matter, shifting like muscle. No one breathes. The ocean's oldest creature, or something far older than biology. Suddenly, the cameras cut out. Total darkness. The sound persists, a deep, resonant hum vibrating through every bolt and bone. The crew speaks softly into recorders, describing chills and whispers in the hull. They're not alone now, the pressure outside feels sentient. Backup systems flicker, painting the cockpit in red emergency glow. They catch a glimpse of the trench floor moving as if it were liquid. Patterns bloom then fade, strange geometry etched by unseen intelligence. The seafloor itself may not be solid, it might be alive. They deploy a mechanical probe to collect a sample. It vanishes within seconds. Telemetry returns one blurred image, textures resembling scales, but metallic. The pilot reels backward. The trench doesn't just consume, it assimilates. Deep time collapses here. The sensors detect decay rates that defy carbon logic, the material around them seems older than the planet itself. Geological impossibility, yet undeniable. Perhaps the Challenger Deep is not Earth's child but its ancestor. Whispers continue from the comms, this time clearer, fluent, rhythmic. They sound almost ceremonial, like liturgy spoken underwater. The words align with no language database. The analyst's eyes widen, the cadence matches heartbeats recorded seconds earlier. Above them, the mothership loses contact entirely. Satellites show strange disturbances exactly above the trench, circular storms forming with mathematical symmetry. As below, so above. The abyss affects the sky, bending patterns in perfect synchrony. Inside the submersible, lights fail one by one until only handheld lamps remain. Shadows take shapes that feel wrong, too linear to be coincidence. Objects where no objects should be. The crew breathes faster, the darkness feels sentient, responding to fear. The vessel's instruments freeze on one number, 10,994 meters. Beyond that, sensors refuse to work. And yet the trench continues. An invisible boundary has been passed, one no machine comprehends. The sub drifts into forbidden depth. External microphones capture a symphony of unearthly sounds, deep, harmonic tones resonating through water like the voice of the earth itself. Each note is low, almost felt rather than heard, vibrating skulls and steel alike. The trench is singing. Cameras flicker back for a moment, displaying a field of moving lights, tiny, synchronized glows darting across the abyssal plain. They form constellations, mimicking star patterns above the Pacific. The sea floor is mirroring the heavens, as if mocking the sky. A metallic crash splits the silence. Something exterior has latched onto the hull, metal against metal. The craft jolts violently, dragged downward. Gravity doesn't explain the angle, the crew is pulled sideways, into a direction that shouldn't exist in 3 dimensions. Morton, the engineer, begins muttering numbers, coordinates, equations of folding space. His pupils dilate until only darkness remains. He smiles faintly. He swears he can see an ocean above them and a sky below. Then he collapses. The pilot steadies the vessel, glowing fissures emerging ahead like molten eyes. The ocean floor splits open, revealing shifting colors, reds, golds, violets, like a living volcano that breathes rhythmically. The trench might not be a hole, but a mouth. A shockwave bursts through the water, spinning the sub in chaos. Monitors explode in showers of sparks. Then, within the chaos, a calm center forms, a vertical tunnel glowing iridescent blue. It's an invitation, or a warning. Against orders, they descend through the tunnel. The walls shimmer with shapes that seem to move backward in time, fish swimming in reverse, bubbles retreating to their source. Physics itself fractures. Existence feels like a looped film unraveling frame by frame. Communication returns briefly with the surface. But the voice that answers isn't human, flat, precise, calm. It calls each crew member by name before asking, "Are you ready to remember?" Then the line dies again, replaced by silence thicker than pressure. Hours, or maybe centuries, pass. The log timestamps no longer match Earth's chronometers. The pilot watches the compass spin endlessly. Beneath them, movement resumes, a colossal form turning slowly, impossibly large, reflecting distant lightning that doesn't exist. Data uplink to orbiting satellites shows a strange emission from the trench, a low-frequency pulse echoing across the crust. Clocks worldwide sync briefly, all showing the same unreadable flicker. Civilization on the surface doesn't even notice the adjustment. The physical pressure reaches theoretical limits, yet the hull remains intact. As if something protects the vessel now, perhaps observing rather than harming. The crew stops panicking, they begin to whisper reverently, eyes wide, pupils dilated with awe. Suddenly, the sub begins to ascend unaided. Thrusters idle, external forces pull it upward slowly, almost gently. Outside, the lights fade. Only reflections of the abyssal shapes remain, as though the trench reluctantly releases its prey. They breach the surface before dawn. The storm above has died, leaving the Pacific eerily calm. Instruments function again, but every recording is blank, no proof of what transpired. Only their memories remain uncertain, vibrating with impossible truths. Weeks later, analysis of the hull reveals microscopic etchings, patterns resembling those glyphs from 7 miles beneath. Scientists can't replicate them, the materials have become unnaturally resilient. It's as if the depths branded their visitors permanently. Somewhere below, the Challenger deep remains unchanged, silent, waiting. Its pressure, its darkness, its impossible song. The final frontier of Earth still holds its secrets close, patient for humanity's next descent into oblivion.